100 here, 3v3, Wrath of Baal, blue team. Triple Space Marines. First up, we have Loud as an Apothecary support commander that fights in melee combat by default, begins with a targeted heal and a passive health regeneration aura. Looks like this is the Black Templars elite scheme recolored. Alongside GiDDoLo, who obviously, as usual, is not ready at the start of the game, plays a Force Commander. Very good offense, fights in melee combat, can also tank, disrupt and support with buffs. And rounded off the blue team is Jimmy Rustles as a Blood Angels elite scheme Techmarine. Starts off range combat, puts out some good damage, can also support with structures and repair. Jimmy Rustles, a very strong team player from retail. Did not realise he was playing elite now. Made in England on the red team as a Chaos Sorcerer, offensive and disruptive commander. Lots of great manipulation and control abilities. Some Black Legion on show, and he's backed up by a couple of unruly Orks. This is Weeksg as a angry Warboss. Look at his face. Melee commander that walks through objects. Some very good offense, disruption and support from the front lines. And rounding off the teams is Deckard as a Mekboy, teleporting commander that fights range combat, puts out some good damage, could also support, disrupt, build structures and repair. He's a tricky little orc, and he's up against Loud on this east side. West side is the Sorcerer versus the Techmarine, and Sorcerer pushing hard early on. Some Siege Worship, a Doombolts flies out. Got a good hit on the Tactical Marines, it looks like. Jimmy Rustles with shotguns on these scouts early on to try and stop these heretics who are forced off. Made in England pushing, trying to get a model off something. But he eats a shotgun to the face and goes down. First engagement pushed way too much there. Those shotguns really doing damage from close range, as you can see. Force Commander now chasing down sluggers. Can he get a model on retreat? He can. That 40 DPS chainsword really does well for you early on. 475, 495, 2-to-1 cap very early for the red team. They have the contested central victory point, and of course they have their natural in the southwest here. Blue team have a natural in the northeast. These eastern points not taken. Natural rec point for, who is this? Deckard, not taken. Decapped by sneaky scouts perhaps. Double shooters coming towards the east side. These guys down to 2 models. These guys down to 4 models. Both of them though with their big shooters. These guys will try to cap. Well, here come Tactical Marines, and they might shoot them down quite quickly. These guys standing out of cover. Those bolters will come into play, but he does realise and backs off. Sluggers waiting. Needs these guys to do quite well for him here, I think, because shotguns are up, so he might need to just use these guys to cap. He can teleport his Mekboy in to tie up the Tactical Marines if need be, and that'll be a pretty good way to start off these early engagements, I think. 447, 495 Loud. You might see him go straight into some Assault Marines mid. It's kicking off. Painboy running in for Weeks. This guy with a power melee damage over time weapon and a heal over time ability that he can use on Orks, but he's going to lose his allied sluggers, is he? No, some more sluggers coming in from Weeks. Double sluggers into Painboy. Are you kidding me? He needs to run away there though, yes. Did he even use the heal? He must have used it. He's got no energy, the Painboy. Needs to run though, needs to run, really needs to run. He just used it on himself there. In fact, he's going to lose him. One more hit from that Force Commander. 22 hit points. That heal over time saved him, I think, yes. Power Sword Force Commander doing incredibly well early on. Look at this. He's almost level 2. He's killed tons of sluggers. Really good play early on from GiDDoLo. And he retreats the Tactical Marine squad with full models and keeps the under-strength Marine squad to cap, really. That might have been a mistake. 447, 495. Kicking off on the east side now. You get some very narrow passageways on this map that can be locked down by setup teams and stuff. 447, 488. Or locked down by shotgun scouts, as you see there. We might see Purification Vials. No, we won't. We see Purification Rites and Sanguine Chainsaw from the Apothecary. I thought the Vials might be pretty good if stuff gets caught in these narrow passageways, and now we're seeing a power bash. Purification Rites getting a cost reduction in 2.3. Red team taking a natural back. Made in England must have repurchased his Chaos Sorcerer. Warboss coming back mid, and he does have some looters now, so an interesting start to Weeks's build order. 447, 440. might work out quite well for him because GiDDoLo has double tactical marines with war gear on his force commander, so he might not be inclined to get assault marines up now. He might try and just infiltrate these scouts with a grenade and deal with the looters that way, because he has no shooter knobs for detection weeks. He does have angry bits and a bang bang hammer though. He's going to try to buff up these double sluggers alongside that pain boy. No sign of burners though, which is a shame because it does buff their health slightly and give them those power weapons. Storm boys on the field for Deckard. Looks like they took out a marine before they ran away there. He's going to steal this east side, is he? He's going to try to. We might see him make a push mid to support Weeks. There's that angry bits charge, and it gets stuck on something and stops, which is unfortunate. Otherwise, he timed it quite well there, got close and then used it, which is often a good way to use the charge. 447, 402. Warboss in a bit of trouble. Slugger's getting wrecked. Warboss is gone, I think. Is he dead? No. Force 1 doing special attacks which save the Warboss. Sluggers do go down though. Looters were way too far back. Wow, that really cost him. If those looters were in there suppressing those double tactical marines, I don't think he would have lost those sluggers, but he goes tier 2 weeks. 447, 397, using his looters way too defensively. Apothecary gets shot to bits by fully upgraded double shooter boys. This is some serious stacker, and this is heavy cover, I think. Those tactical marines got absolutely owned there, alongside the Mekboy. He's putting out a decent amount of damage himself, and he's throwing proximity mines around loud. He's going tier 2 of just a tactical marine squad? Seriously? 447, 388. Did he have something else and lost it? That is very odd. He's going straight for a dreadnought maybe? He's a long way off getting that though. 447, 384. If you're going to rush tier 2, I think the best thing to get out is a walker. It causes the most problems. But is he going to be able to? We had some Death Company assault marines on the field for Jimmy Rustles. That 1-to-1 cat. Does he have any defensive structures around? I don't see any. Made in England with double heretics. One with grenade launchers, the other with an aspiring champion to fight in melee combat. CSM with Eternal War. Where is the Sorcerer? Here he comes. Sword of Flame. Vestments of the Warp. But he's mistimed this push really badly. Needed to wait for his Sorcerer to be in play. And he might struggle to deal with this double shotgun scouts with a grenade that could fly in, and assault marines disrupting stuff left and right. 447, 379. Red team are capping mid, but their natural is under pressure big time from Jimmy Rustles. Bloodletters on the field, or on the way even, from Made in England. That could do quite a lot for him. You can't suppress bloodletters. You can knock them back with your shotguns, but they won't be suppressed. Demons can't be suppressed. They're too badass. 447, 373. East side. Stone Guard veterans on the field with Hellfire rounds loaded in, and they are tearing apart those sluggers. You see the damage over time from those acid rounds. Sluggers get away safely. Storm boys wiping the Apothecary. No, they don't. One more hit. He must have been down to a single hit point there. Really, really lucky Apothecary. So he went tier 2 to rush Stone Guard veterans. They are doing really well though. Almost taken out those Storm boys who should have jumped after the Apothecary. They could have jumped after the Apothecary, finished him off, and then maybe tied up those tactical marines. But as it turns out, he won the engagement in a way, Deckard, but did lose a bunch of stuff. Stone Guard veterans get away with 3 models perhaps. Lucky to do so. They do get that permanent sergeant with Stone Guard veteran upgrade, bloodletters, and a blood crusher on the field for Made in England. I like that tier 2. That's a quick, aggressive tier 2 from Made in England. It looks like he's done some damage to Jimmy Rustles because he's lost the scout squad and is down to 2 tactical marine models here, where he's got a dreadnought on the way. 447, 341. Is that a Warboss down mid? It is. Mekboy throwing proximity mines. That's incredibly annoying. And he still doesn't have a detector. Assault marines he does have. Instantly getting their sergeant can use their merciless strike to great effect to knock back the Storm boys and the Slugger boys. Assault Marine jump, the double shooters. Very, very static, but here comes a Death Tread. Doesn't have the burners and bits, but still pretty damn dangerous in melee combat. I think it does around 60 DPS heavy melee with a fearsome splash and a fantastic special attack as well. 447, 326. Might be 70 DPS heavy melee. Look at that special. Throwing those Assault Marines flying. Throwing them flying, yes. Melter Bomb on the Assault Squad goes off on the Death Tread. Only starts with 650 hit points though. Give it burners and bits. Goes up to 1050. Made in England comes mid to support. That's good play and forces off the Force Commander of GiDDoLo, who has some Devastators with Vengeance rounds, advanced targeting. Death Tread also on the field for Weeksg. Neither of these players going for burners and bits. Storm Boys with a Knob Leader. This guy is scary. Look at the size of him. Has a heavy melee chopper. Somehow. Still nothing else in tier 2 for Loud. He's really underinvesting in his army here. Should have got something else out in tier 1 definitely. Dreadnought begins as a close combat walker for the Space Marines. He's going to take down that Blood Crusher quite easily. Down it goes, and that inspiration on kill. You see all those nice pretty yellow buff circles for these Space Marines. Vengeance rounds loaded in for Stone Guard, switching to Hellfire, which suggests they're going to be targeting the Heretics, though it will also work versus the Bloodletters. Bloodletters are regular infantry armor. They can phase out though. Red team pushing really hard on the east side. There's a double cap for red. Death Tread going to town on this Apothecary. Can he finish him off? Smack. Yes, he can. Bad engagement for Loud. He needs to run the heck away. Wow, almost lost his Assault Marines as well. Sluggers are still chasing here. Can that knob get a hit? Smack. Down go his Assault Marines. This is really, really bad for Loud. He needs some serious help from GiDDoLo. Still has his Stone Guard veterans. Vengeance rounds loaded. They're going to try and target the Death Tread with it. Yes, and now they've used a Nation of No Fear. No help from GiDDoLo whatsoever. He's trying to flank, is he? He has double missile launcher tactical marine, so this is going to be a dead Death Tread, I think. It's being repaired. That's not going to be enough against double missile launchers. 403, 298. That one missed. That missile launcher shot is now going to be in cooldown. So 5-second cooldown, I believe, and it gets caught by the Sluggers. Just misjudged that flank a little bit there, GiDDoLo. 403, 298. Both naturals under serious pressure. Scouts whacked as they run away. Loud is not having the best of times here. Down goes the Death Tread eventually. These guys need to... Oh, they've gone to Dragonfire rounds. These are for use against units in cover and garrisons. Shooters almost wiped out. And the Apothecary can try to retake his natural victory point. What's going on mid? Space Marine Dreadnought from Jimmy Rustles coming to smack up this Death Tread, which never got his burners and bits, and it's going to go down. 403, 272. Did reasonably well though. Not expensive to get on the field, this guy. And it's bought the Orks time, as you can see, to get into tier 3 here. 403, 266. Loud is really letting down his team, it must be said. He's got tactical marines and Stone Guard veterans. He's lost scouts. He's lost Assault Marines, a full Assault Marine squad. And it's all because he just didn't invest in his army in tier 1. It was bizarre. Rushed tier 2 to get Stone Guard veterans, who were doing quite well. Then he made a sensible choice in getting Assault Marines up, but couldn't keep them alive. Made in England already has a Marco Zinch Predator tank on the field. Chaos Predator, I should say. Are those scouts going to get away? No, they're not. Got a cost reduction, of course. Marco Zinch. Quite a hefty one, I think. 185 red down to 185 rec, I should say, down to 100 requisition, which brings it in line with the Space Marine Predator tank, which has also got its las cannon reduced in cost. These guys still using their Dragonfire rounds. These are GiDDoLo's. He often gets confused about his Stern Guard veteran rounds. Wouldn't believe how many times he's asked me which ones to use when. I don't think he has his tooltip set up properly. 403, 217, 2-to-1 cap for blue team. It's tier 3, and there's a big zap gun shot. Does have units inside, you can tell by those 2 yellow lines, now 3 yellow lines, so there's 3 entities inside. All you need is one thing inside the battle wagon for it to work at its full potential, gets a speed buff, and all of its guns will fire. This is a dead dreadnought here, 403-201. What level was that thing? Valkazin's Predator tank in trouble though. Melter gun, Techmarine chasing it down. Did he get it out? He did get it out. Walked away by the Sorcerer. Nicely done. Yes, it was. 403-192. 2-to-1 cap for the blue team. How have they got such a big VP lead here? Jimmy Russell's dominating this west side, but now he's looking incredibly thin. Down to Stone Guard veterans and Assault Marines with this level 3 Techmarine. Also, red team now look to be in control. GiDDoLo still has a sizable army. 2 Devastator squads, 2 Tactical Marine squad, and Stone Guard veterans. He might have used his drop pod to get that extra Marine squad and instantly turned it into Stone Guard. Apothecary level 3 takes down the shooter boys, or one of them. But he's in trouble all over again, and down he goes again. 395-186. Storm boys jumping in. Got a forced melee combat. No, he can't finish them off there. Now we're trying to outshoot shooter boys, and should be able to do it with those Hellfire rounds loaded in. 386-186. Battle wagon with the big zap gun shots. Only hits one of the models, and here comes GiDDoLo in full force with his triple Marines and double Devastators. Massive infantry army. You might see this. Oh, he's got the teleporter pack. I was going to say Sacred Standard in tier 3 would be pretty powerful on his army. Has teleporter pack, Artificer, and that power sword. Weeksg with flash kits on the field, going for their blasters, and these things absolutely wreck Marines and Terminators alike. 364-186, and Terminators are on the field for Loud. He has his VP now, does not have his natural wreck point, and red team are swarming the rest of the map. Some late game bloodletters for Made in England. Suppose he lost his first squad. Stone Guard veterans taking shots with Hellfire rounds. See the damage it does to those bloodletters, but now they're phased out, and there's some Zinch worship for them too. Blue team, are they going to try and push them? Oh, there's a lot of stuff mid. Looks like they're going to try and double this west side here, with GiDDoLo supporting Jimmy Russell's with some late game scouts, and now a Predator tank. Made in England in full retreat. Predator tank still not fully repaired, but he's going to take it mid, is he? No. Going to get melter bombed, but should be okay. Knob squad prowling around from Deckard. 323-186, 2-to-1 cap for the red team. Can they hold on? Surely they can. Weeksg going for another flash kit squad. That is going to be painful. That's kind of sets up, covering the entirety of the center there. Battle wagon will need to be careful. It's a really big misplay from GiDDoLo. Got way too close, and now he has no chance of taking mid. You see, got to keep your units on the field. Now Loud is all alone. He kept his Marines. I'm not sure even why he retreated them there. He must have been a sticky retreat. Must have been only wanted to retreat those scouts, I think. Massive engagement here. Knob squad with Frenzy up, and Loud needs to run away. He has no... Oh, he's a little bit support now. GiDDoLo with his Stone Guard still in play. Jimmy Russell's with his own Stone Guard veterans as well. And here's a Predator tank. Flash kits do not want to fire at vehicles with those blasters. They do very little damage to vehicles, and they're forced off. Here's the other flash kit squads, and they're getting Git Finders. 283-184. That's one of the best named upgrades in the game. Git Finders, increasing their weapon range, and blasters on the way. 278-186, 2-to-1 cap for the red team. They're holding on to it, and look at this. running all the way through to blue team's natural. They might get a triple here. These sluggers done superbly well for Deckard. Level 3, 267, 186. Got veterans level 3, but there is a rocks on their face. Looks like he's avoided it completely. The Terminator is getting knocked around, but they should be okay. That was a wasted rocks there, really a wasted rocks. I suppose they're quite confident in victory, but still, you never know. Might need to stop a cap or something. Batwagon going ballistic and tearing through stuff with its death folder. That is painful. Gonna lose it here though, I think. That's gonna set up the wrong way and is wiped out. Yes, wow, Bloodletters tearing apart those Marines, and it's another squad down for GiDDoLo. That was his Stone Guard veterans, I think. 230186. Did the battle wagon get away? Where is it? Yes, it did. 164 hit points, gets away. Wow. Jimmy Rustles and GiDDoLo started off so well. Loud is taking his VP back, and the blue team do have this power on the east side. They've had good amount of power for the whole game, pretty much actually. Not easy to bash power on this map. 197, 186. The natural ones in a way. Force commander with power fist for GiDDoLo. Getting owned, runs away. Now with its tracking flesh over steel, a lot of people think it's overpowered at the moment. I'd rather just reduce the duration a little bit and leave it. Players will often cry foul at something that was recently buffed and then magically kind of forget about it or learn to live with it after a while. 179, I should say, 186. VP is very, very close, but red team still in the ascendancy big time. Loud has a Land Raider Redeemer on the way. How the heck did he get a Terminator squad and a Land Raider Redeemer on the field in this game? It's crazy. He's lost so much stuff. 169, 186. Good use of purification rights there, but the Apothecary again needs to be careful. Here comes a Nob squad. Terminators with the assault cannon up. You can use this to try and suppress that Nob squad. Doesn't want to fight them in melee combat with the Stone Guard veterans, that's for sure. I thought it was waiting there to try and get They Shall Know No Fear up. Terminators teleport away, these guys cannot retreat. And we might see the Nob squad just chase them down here. They are quicker on their feet, as you can see, and when they get that melee charge going, and here comes some flash gets with blasters, both squads, they will melt Terminators. 144, 186, that is splash damage, psychic PvP damage. Yeah, with a 3 radius splash, as you can see. Delivered in big bursts as well, it's really dangerous. 136, 186. Land Raider Phobos on the field for Made in England. Jimmy Rustles, wow, wrecking a bunch of heretics with an autocannon shot from his tank. The Techmarine himself is almost level 4. There it is, level 4. Has double Predator tanks. And wow, Made in England completely forgetting about his army there. Lost his CSM, lost his heretics. Not sure what was going on. 120, 186 Bloodletters finishing off Assault Marines of GiDDoLo, I believe. Losses all over the place. Warboss revived by the Chaos Sorcerer, who's level 7 and has the Tome of Subjugation, so he can momentarily take control of those Terminators or any other high value squad, Assault Marines perhaps, and turn them on their enemies. They also get a damage buff while they are subjugated, I believe, but they are immune to damage also. I think that's right, it was changed a few times I think, but I think that's how it is now. 116, 186 is a 1-to-1 cap. Red team have stolen this eastern power point, and there's no way Loud is... Oh, maybe you can push against it. He needs to move his Land Raider up though. Apothecary running into death again. Or maybe not. Purification rights might save him, but no. Apothecary is just running in and getting mobbed. Land Raider might be able to save him if you get a good frag assault of those grenade launcher tubes, as you see at the front there. 109, 186 Stone Guard veterans wiping those sluggers. thanks in part to this twin-linked assault cannon on the front of the Land Raider. There is the frag assault. Terminator is going into melee combat. This is incredibly brave. There is the Angels of Death. This is a big mistake from Loud. They did get a buff to their power fist damage, but they still don't want to fight a Nob squad. 96, 186, 2-to-1 cap for the red team. Terminators live, getting inside the Land Raider, which I hear heals them up incredibly quickly when you get inside it. 88, 186. Flash kits. Whoa, almost wiping out those Marines, and these are level 4 tactical Marines, and you saw how quickly they were just torn to shreds there. The blasters do have a 10% chance to knock back the flash kit that fires it, though, as you can see them knocking back themselves. And I assume that has domino, so if a flash kit falls over and falls back into another flash kit, that will also be knocked over, I think. 86, 180. Can these guys get away? Power Fist Force Squad are lurking. Looks like both squads will just about get away. Yes. Tactical Marines caught by Heretics. Bloodletters moving in. Level 3 Bloodletters. Assault Terminators on the field from GiDDoLo, but he has very little else left. 86, 169. Does have a level 7 Force Commander who's pretty tasty. Flesh over Steel on the Battle Wagon, and Orbital, all 3 beams on the Battle Wagon, trying to finish it off. Actually does do a big chunk of damage to vehicles when it explodes, but it's not even going to need to do that. Subjugated Terminators now back in control of GiDDoLo, wipes out his own Force Commander with that nuke. Jimmy Rustles does have enough for a nuke of his own, who could drop a Venerable Dreadnought maybe here. Chaos Terminators on the field for Made in England, gets another Chaos Predator up. A hectic game. Deckard calling for focus so they can see out this game, but blue team are playing it smart. They're not trying to push mid where there was tons of stuff. They're dragging the Orks out of position, and they just forced them to lose that Battle Wagon there. And they're capping red team's natural again. 54, 169. Blue team have really weathered the storm, and GiDDoLo is starting to recover as level 4 tactical Marines, a level 8 Force Commander. Assault Terminators are now Predator tank on the way. Jimmy Rustles has already recovered quite well. Force Commander almost goes down. Stormboy is jumping onto 4 scouts of Jimmy Rustles, and they are wiped out, and these tactical Marines are running into trouble. He's forgotten about them. Remembers just at the right time. GiDDoLo and gets away, I think, unless he can jump again. No. 54, 142. Stick Bombers on the field for Weeksg, and another Battle Wagon on the field. Good luck with that, blue team. Terminator's capping Eastern Power for some reason, or decapping it rather. Loud just happy to sit and defend his natural. Is it worth him bringing this Land Raider mid? It's a risk, just to support his allies there. 54, 115, kicking off on the blue team's natural. Rocks, devastating stuff. Ouch. Down goes that Predator tank, and down goes those tactical Marines. Bloodletters doing incredibly well in this game. Level 4. Jimmy Russell just lost a whole bunch of stuff. Death Company Assault Marines need to run away. There we go. 54.99 runs away. Also, the Techmarine and Assault Terminators are taken down by a combination of Heretics, Bloodletters, Chaos Terminators, and a Chaos Predator. Land Raider does come mid, a big decision. Ouch. Battle Wagon finishes off that Predator tank. How many tanks have gone down in this game? GiDDoLo now has a single squad. Jimmy Russell's down to 2 squads. There's an Imperial Abyss from Made in England. I'm just amazed blue team have held on this long. They put so much pressure on red team's natural. Look at this, they've even capped the wreck point here. Abyss is still going on. Almost wiped out an allied Painboy there. This Land Raider still lives somehow, but it's going to go down, I think, thanks to that Chaos Predator tank. Down goes the Battle Wagon also, I think. Yes, Battle Wagon down, Land Raider down, Orbital going off, Flash gets caught in it. Crazy, crazy stuff. 54.82. Flash kits continuing to get shots. They tend to level up very quickly, Flash kits. So you just hit stuff and it dies. Level 3 these guys already. 54, 78. Power Fist Force Commander smacking down Bloodletters. And they phase out just in time. Level 4 Bloodletters did not want to lose those guys. More Terminators called in, this time from Jimmy Rustles, firing away with their Stormbolters. Sorcerer's going to be in trouble soon. There's another Orbital put on allied stuff there. Why did he put a beam there? 54, 78. That was Jimmy Rustles, I believe. Hits one of the Flash kits, but otherwise, I think a wasted nuke there. 54, 78, 1-to-1 cap. Blue team's natural is safe for the time being. Terminator is looking after it. It's all mid now. Chaos Terminators versus Space Marine Terminators. Space Marine Terminators should win this fight with their extra hit points. And in fact, they did take a model down, and down goes that Chaos Predator. Red team getting very sloppy. Look how close it is. 54, 78. Squads going down all over the place. Crazy game. 54, 78 still with that 1-to-1 cap. Blue team are capping mid though, and somehow they're going to get a 2-to-1 here. I cannot believe it, but it's going to happen. They needed a war truck mid or something. Red team would have really helped them out. Melter gun, Techmarine, level 9 this guy. Wow. Has Signum armor as well, buffing the damage and range of his melter gun, and blue team will try to cap mid again. Chaos Terminators might be wiped out here. Down to a single model, but that single model does have a big chunk of hit points and backs away. Uh-oh. Subjugated. Space Marine Terminators forcing melee combat on their allied Predator tank. But there's a subjugation ward off. In fact, the Sorcerer was taken down. Knob Squad going mad on Stone Guard. Another Imperial Abyss. 54, 71. Frantic fighting over the center. Level 4 Bloodletters. Weeksg down to a single level 3 Flash Kit squad. And the third and fourth battle wagons coming onto the field. Loud with another Land Raider. GiDDoLo has a Land Raider of his own. This is crazy. Bloodletters are going to wipe on retreat, are they? 40 hit points. They get away just about. Knob Squad making a run at blue team's natural now. There's Frenzy up. Double Terminators here to shoot them. They're just trying to decap, I think. They are now suppressed also by this assault cannon. 54, 44. A very brief 2-to-1 for blue team, and they need to get their natural back. Red team have their natural. Look at the state of the ground here. Warboss is down mid. Another Chaos Predator tank with Marco Zinch. Another Predator for GiDDoLo. That second Land Raider for Loud almost on the way. Look how much resources Loud has. He could get 2 tanks up alongside that Land Raider. 54, 43, Orks. Very nicely placed. Shouldn't take out the Land Raider, but is going to do a lot of damage to it. 54, 38, 2-to-1 cap. Down goes the Chaos Predator yet again. Force Commander going mad. He's level 10, getting rear armor hits on the battle wagon. Is this a case for an overpowered Force Commander with this combo? Power Fist, Artifice, the teleporter back. Battle wagon goes for a little fly. Bloodletters teleporting into all sorts of trouble here. 54, 20. Desperation from red team. Are they really going to lose this? Amazing recovery from blue team. I cannot quite believe it. Loud needs to purchase some units. Look how much resources he has. He might be waiting for the red for Terminators or something, but he should be purchasing stuff now. Get a couple of Predator tanks or Devastators or Plasma Cannons or something and bring them mid. Blue team with the 2-to-1. GG says Loud. Floating resources like absolutely crazy, and there is the game for blue team. Wow, what a comeback. Somehow, I don't know how they did it. They seem to get back into the groove and then lose everything over and over again, but red team just fell into disarray at the end. This is what happens when you don't bash power. The amount of losses blue teams sustained and still kept coming back with massive forces, land raiders, predators. How many predators were in this game? It must be over 10, including the chaos predators as well. At least 4 battle wagons, at least 3 terminator squads. Awesome stuff. Let's look at the commanders at the end of the game. Apothecary, level 10, Sanguine Chainsword, Purification Rites, Loud, did struggle, especially at the start of the game, struggled hugely. But hey, he's on the winning team. And he had Terminators, Stone Guard Veterans, and a Land Raider Dema, and insane amounts of resources, over 1200 rec and 600 power. GiDDoLo's Force Commander also level 10, did incredibly well with that recently buffed Power Fist. Techmarine also level 10, Melter Gun, Signum, Refractor Field. Sorcerer level 10, Sword of Flame, Vestments of the Warps, Tonal Subjugation at the end. Warboss level 4. You ruined it, you stupid fat orc. He has a Power Claw and Angry Bits, and the Mekboy level 5 was down at the end, not sure what he had. There you have it guys, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.